Recap in minutes. In today's video, we will be enjoying a horror action film, entitled War of the Dead. There will be spoilers ahead, chill out and enjoy. The movie begins with several German prisoners being led by armed Russian guards into an underground bunker. One prisoner attempts to escape by attacking one of the guards, but the door on the other side of the corridor opens, and German soldiers come in to kill everyone other than the soldier who attacked the guard. He is then held down by multiple German soldiers on a table as he is injected with some kind of chemical. Moments later, his eyes start blinking, and his body uncontrollably begins shaking until he loses consciousness. When he wakes up, he becomes a zombie. The undead experiment is now in full effect. 2 years later, Americans and Finnish soldiers are led by Captain Martin Stone as they are tasked to attack and destroy the bunker where the zombie experiment happened, but none of the soldiers know what the bunker was used for back then. Captain Stone suggests that they take a rest and attack before dawn, as his team is just 2 kilometers away from their target. Captain Niemi agrees with him. All the soldiers are then informed of the plan. Captain Stone notices that Captain Niemi is uneasy and seems to be on the lookout. He asks Niemi if there's something on this mission that he has not told him. Niemi assures him that it will be over soon without giving Captain Stone any details. Captain Niemi appears to be anticipating that something is about to happen. Not long after, the platoon is under attack. They decide to retreat when the enemies prove to be too much for them. Captain Stone suggests that they abandon the mission after losing more than half of their men. They can't afford to stay without a backup. Besides, they are clearly at a disadvantage, but Captain Niemi refuses to back down. He wants the team to keep fighting until they reach the bunker and fulfill their mission. There is no turning back now. When night comes, zombies attack them from all sides. They find themselves hiding in a trench for safety. Captain Niemi uses grenades to kill the zombies that are aggressively pursuing them. They come across a Russian soldier in the trench. Niemi orders Stone to shoot and kill him, but Captain Stone hesitates to carry the order, especially after the Russian soldier begs for his life. Instead, he demands the Russian soldier surrender his weapons. The Russian soldier assures them that he can take them to a house to hide away from the zombies. They all then hurriedly go to the house and take cover. As the team is discussing their next move, given the situation they are in, out of nowhere, a group of zombies arrive and start attacking them again. One zombie jumps on Niemi's back and starts biting him. The American and Finnish soldiers start firing against the zombies. They use whatever weapon they can just to get rid of the attackers. The soldiers are also instructed to aim for the head, as hitting them in their bodies seems to be a waste of ammunition. The attack eventually stops. The captured Russian soldier tells Captain Stone that there is a car somewhere in the house that they can use to escape and be away from the undead. As they look for the car, some zombies start to attack again, but Stone manages to kill the zombies. Meanwhile, Captain Niemi is starting to feel the effect of the wounds he suffered earlier after being bitten by one of the zombies. He tries his best to stay in control, but he is losing grip already. Moments later, he collapses to the ground and dies. Lieutenant Loxo is attacked by multiple zombies. At one point, he ends up on the ground. He begs for help as he has a hard time controlling the attacker. The son of the cameraman who came with them grabs a knife to help Loxo, but he is too frightened to get his hands dirty. Luckily, he finds the courage to step up and kills the zombie. Lieutenant Loxo is saved. As Loxo and the cameraman's son are having a conversation, Captain Niemi comes back to life and attacks the cameraman's son, forcing Loxo to shoot his superior with a heavy heart. Captain Stone is in the driver's seat, ready to leave the area, but the car is surrounded by 3 zombies. The Russian prisoner, Kolya, steps in and kills the zombies with ease. Captain Stone is impressed with Kolya's combat skills. Kolya then retrieves some gasoline for their vehicle. Captain Stone is then reunited with Lieutenant Loxo. He asks Loxo to go with him using the vehicle that they just refueled. They must leave the place before it's too late. Kolya, Stone, and Loxo manage to leave the house and escape from the zombies. It's then shown that Captain Niemi is still alive. Moments later, the car's engine stops running as they are in the middle of nowhere. Captain Niemi then catapults himself and lands on the car's roof. Stone fires at him multiple times until they are able to get away from the captain. The trio finds a village nearby. They are safe for now. Kolya shares that he was in this village a long time ago. He suggests that all the soldiers are warned about what they are up against. Otherwise, they don't stand a chance against the undead. Lieutenant Loxo hears a sound somewhere in the house. He is certain that someone is hiding somewhere. Captain Stone volunteers to check where it comes from. It turns out that it's Dasha, Kolya's girlfriend, who is also hiding away from the zombies just like them. Dasha tells them that Finn's soldiers raped the women and killed the children in the area. Lieutenant Loxo wants to leave the woman behind as they don't have enough resources to feed and save everyone. Captain Stone questions his decision to just leave her behind to die. Upon hearing the discussion, Kolya joins the conversation and tells the officers that he knows a place where they can make a call for help. It's a bunker that has a radio room inside. This place is also used for experiments. Captain Stone now believes that Captain Nemi knew all along about this bunker and the existence of the zombies. This explains why he brought a cameraman with him. Before they get to leave, the zombies are attacking again. Luckily, they are able to escape. Another close call for everyone. They reach the entrance of the bunker and are surprised to see that it's such a mess. Dead soldiers are everywhere, along with abandoned and wrecked vehicles. It's now too late to back down, so they all decide to try their luck and get inside the bunker. Captain Stone has a bad feeling that zombies are lurking inside. He is not wrong, as moments later, they are up against another group of vicious zombies with evil intentions. Using a special key, Captain Stone discovers that the Germans initiated the experiment that led to the creation of the undead. In fact, some zombies are still newly turned inside the facility. Captain Stone plans to burn down the place, but Dasha is nowhere to be found. Kolya asks for the officers' help to look for his ex-girlfriend, but they both refuse to. They don't have enough time to search for her. If Kolya wants to look for her, he is on his own. As Kolya goes deep into the bunker, he comes across a severely wounded soldier. He gives him a weapon that he can use, as walking is not an option for him. He then soon discovers that Dasha is wounded and is already dying. Knowing that she'll soon turn into a zombie and might end up attacking them, Kolya makes the tough decision to kill her. He aims at her head and squeezes the trigger. Captain Stone and Lieutenant Loxo soon find out that there are still German soldiers inside who are tasked to guard the experiment and the bunker by all means. Firefight ensues. Stone asks Lieutenant Loxo to leave him behind and look for the radio room. If they fail to do that, their effort to come over will just go to waste. Lieutenant Loxo is reunited with Kolya while Captain Stone is still engaging against the Germans. Using improvised explosives, Captain Stone is able to eliminate the threats. Loxo calls for the captain to join him and Kolya, but Stone asks them to look for the radio room, and that is the priority for now. Several zombies come at Captain Stone at the same time. Meanwhile, Loxo and Kolya are able to locate the radio room. The lieutenant immediately calls the command post to ask for help, informing them that the mission has failed due to strong enemy resistance. The place needs to be destroyed before it's too late. He then gives the location of the bunker. He adds that he'll use a flare to identify their exact location, as the bunker is not shown on any map. They are then told that an airstrike is coming. Loxo explains to Kolya the need for the bunker to be totally annihilated. There is no other choice. As Kolya and Loxo are in the radio room, they receive a call that a Russian battalion is coming to the bunker. Kolya wants to tell them that an airstrike is imminent, but due to the bad signal, he is unable to deliver his message. As the zombies are headed towards the radio room, the two have no other choice than to abandon the room. Using the building's ventilation system, they crawl their way out, but without fighting off several zombies who are still trying to pursue them. They need to leave the bunker before the place is destroyed. As the two are near the exit, a zombie grabs Kolya, which leads to his death as he falls to the ground. Lieutenant Loxo proceeds to exit the bunker successfully. He has one more task to do, and that is to set the signal flares to pinpoint the location of the bunker. Stone survives the onslaught of several zombies, but his task is not completed yet as Nemi arrives and challenges him. They then engage in intense hand-to-hand combat. Stone needs to kill him and exit the bunker before the airstrike happens. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Loxo manages to set the signal flares as fighter planes are closing in. He is uncertain if Captain Stone is able to exit the bunker or not. He can only hope at this point that Captain Stone will come out alive. Moments later, huge explosions transpire, annihilating the bunker. The movie ends after the airstrike. Lieutenant Loxo finds himself crawling on the ground. To his surprise, Captain Stone helps him up, and the two run away from the location. Without their knowledge, they are heading toward Russian soldiers who are tasked to investigate the bunker. They then surrender. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this and help the channel grow.